Yo, gentleman's game here. I realize so many guys take dating so seriously, overthinking situations they find themselves in with women. Like, some dudes will be thinking, oh, what did she mean by that? Oh, she's just playing games. God, this is so frustrating. All women are like that. When in reality, not all women are out to get you. Guys like these I mentioned, they'll be in a situation and think, okay, I need to say this line now, or I need to show value this way to attract her. See, that's why I make these videos, is to break things down for you guys, cause relationships can seem complicated, but it's actually pretty simple in all honesty. See, when it comes to seduction, there's some things you can do to gauge her interest, ways you can increase your attractiveness to her, but at the end of the day, either she's gonna mess with you or she's not. Right? Like, there's a point where she either wants you or she doesn't. And overthinking things and planning your next move like some chess match is just a waste of your time. Like, I remember 5 to 6 years ago, I had this huge crush on a classmate of mine, and every time she would walk into class, I'd greet her and give her compliments. I'd spend all this mental energy planning out what I'd say to her before she came in, when it was so painfully obvious to everyone else observing us that she just didn't feel the same way back. Right? She liked the attention I'd give her every day. She'd smile when I complimented her or simped for her, because it was good for her ego, it was good for her self-esteem. But did I ever really have a shot with her at that point in my life? Truthfully, no. I was way too insecure in my own skin, I gave way too much of an F about what others thought about me, and had she actually shown me any affection back, I definitely would have been extremely needy. It didn't matter how much overthinking I did, how much advice I got from my friends on what to do to get her to like me, because at the end of the day, she had already made up her mind and there was little I was able to do to change it. When I compare that experience to other ones where a woman did clearly want me, it really is night and day. See, when you put in the work to become a high value dude, when you've worked on your charisma, your purpose, your social confidence, to where you're becoming more and more attractive to women, it's a complete 180 to that story I mentioned. When a woman likes you, when a woman truly wants you, you'll know, because you won't be overthinking it. She'll make her feelings well known to you. See, when a woman wants you, it feels effortless. Like almost anything you say or do gets a reaction from her. You won't have to fake anything because she'll like you for who you are, right? She'll want to hang out with you. She'll want to touch you, kiss you, have sex, whatever it is. I actually have like the perfect crazy story to illustrate this contrast. So last year, I was out celebrating my homie Alan's birthday. We were both single at the time, so it was a little goal of mine to find him a girl in the club we ended up at. Now, luckily for Alan, he's a pretty good looking guy when he cleans up, with an awesome sense of humor, so he started getting hit on pretty aggressively by the female bartender the moment we ordered drinks. He seemed to like her back, and I could tell she was just his type, so I left him alone to talk to her while I went to the dance floor to see how lively it was. Surprisingly enough, it was a really good crowd. They were blasting my favorite Kendrick Lamar song, and the alcohol was starting to kick in ever so slightly, so I decided it was time to go in there and bust some moves while my friend did his thing with the bartender. I'm in the middle of the crowd doing my silly awkward dance moves with no hesitation at all, and out of the corner of my gaze I see this cute brunette with her friend. She had this classy regal look to her, like some German princess. Alan's got his girl, so I gotta find mine, I think. I make my way over to her, and I actually introduce myself to her friend first. I do this so I can flirt with the one I'm actually interested in without being rude to her friend. Yo, you guys look fun, but your friend, she looks like she's trouble, I tell the friend with a little grin. They laugh and tell me they're from out of town. We have a table, says the one I'm actually interested in. Wanna join us? Sure. So I come over to their table and I'm thinking, great, she definitely likes me. Why would they invite me over otherwise? So I start making small talk with both of them, but also flirting more and more with the cute one. I'm like leaning in, smiling, gauging how she responds each time I escalate things a bit, but I didn't really feel any reciprocation back from her. She's like talking to me, holding down her end of the conversation, but every time I subtly touch her shoulder or something, she doesn't really show excitement or anything like that. I decided to just be more direct in case she maybe didn't sense my intent. Yeah, no way, I was on a debate team too. Guess I'm just a good arguer, you know? Yo, you're actually pretty cute, I say. She gives me this blank stare and says nonchalantly, Thanks. At this point, I knew she just wasn't that into me, but I felt like I couldn't just get up and leave their table right there on the spot since it looked rude. So I decided to stay for just another 5 minutes and just make some more small talk about their hometown. Then, 2 guys actually joined our table out of nowhere. Mind if we stand here? There's no space and I'll get us a round of drinks, one of them offers. I had no problems with it and neither did the girls, so we all start casually introducing ourselves and making more small talk. I can start to see that the girl that I was originally into actually has a thing for the one who bought the table the round of drinks. She's like laughing at everything he's saying, gazing at his eyes, leaning closer to him, even tries dancing with him at one point. The funny thing was he actually seemed oblivious to the whole thing. Like this dude just seemed like a nice guy who was just trying to be social. I don't think he was trying to meet a girl, or maybe he had a girlfriend or just wasn't into her. Of course I realized what's going on, but instead of being salty or butthurt about this woman liking him instead of me, I actually find the whole thing kinda amusing. I think, looks like she's really into this dude. Doesn't really make sense for me to stick around here anymore. I wonder what Alan's up to, and graciously say goodbye and leave the table. I'm heading to the bar to try and find Alan, but then I hear a girl's voice call out my name. Hey, gentleman's game. I turn around and recognize my friend Elaine from back in school. Oh, what are you doing here? We catch up for a bit, and then she actually introduces me to her friend Jessica. So Jessica and I have a drink, make some small talk, and I notice she's giving me lots of smiles and indicators of interest. She's super easy to talk to and I'm making her giggle effortlessly. I'm becoming more and more attracted to her the longer we talk, and she was actually a really cool and sweet person. My friend Elaine comes up to me and sort of whispers in my ear, "Hey, I think she likes you. She's single too, have fun." And from then on I knew it was pretty much on between me and Jessica. She's touching my arm pretty frequently and leaning in, and at one point she leads me to the dance floor where we start getting more physical. I'm having so much fun with this girl that it took me a while to realize I never even got back to the bar to find Alan. So I tell Jessica, "Hey, it's my friend's birthday today. I think he was flirting with the bartender. You want to say hi?" She says sure. So this time we actually make it to the bar, and sure enough Alan is still there flirting with the bartender girl. He sees me, waves me over, and tells me, "Dude, she's getting off work in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna grab some drinks at her place." I give him a look like, "Nice, go do your thing, bro." As I turn back to Jessica and tell her, "Looks like I'm all yours then." We go back to dancing, just having a great time, and long story short, I end up bringing her home. That night out was super memorable for me, as well as enlightening, for precisely the main reason of this video. Because throughout the course of a single night, I met 2 different women on opposite ends of the attraction meter. Right, with the first girl who invited me to her table, even though I found her attractive, it was obvious that no matter how much I tried or how much game I spewed, she just wasn't that into me. This was cemented even more when it was clear that she had a thing for one of those guys that later joined our table. But instead of getting really upset about it and letting it ruin my night, or wasting even more of my time trying to get a girl that just wasn't giving me many signs of interest back, I just brushed it off and continued my night. I understood that just because this girl wasn't feeling me didn't mean that there wasn't someone else that would. You see, a lot of this has to do with your sense of self-worth. If you're solid about who you are, if you're comfortable in your own skin, then it won't matter if a girl isn't reciprocating interest. You'll just move on to the next one, because your confidence comes from within, not from how other people react and respond to you. So that's what I did. I knew my worth, graciously left the table, and within 4 to 5 minutes I ended up meeting another attractive girl who was almost immediately into me. So, moral of the story guys, don't settle for less than what you deserve. If she's truly not showing interest after a certain amount of effort, then you have to move on and find someone else that will. That's it for the video, and as always, if you want my free 5-page PDF on the fundamentals of attraction, or want to follow me on Instagram, then check it out in the description box below. And next week I have a real fun topic planned for a video, so make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and as always, peace.